Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shlokir Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, you are all welcome for Srimad Bhagavatam class and glorification of the Śrīla Lochandas Thakur at Sri Krishna Balaram Temple, ISKCON, Vrindavan. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 14th chapter, verse number 45 is for discussion. This chapter is entitled The Prayers by Brahma to Lord Sri Krishna. The Vatsapal Krishna. The Vatsapal means when Krishna was herding the calves. And Brahma has offered a prayer when Krishna was standing as a 5-year-old Gopaveshadhari with a morsel of food in his left hand, with a couple of pickles in between his fingers and a stick of herding cows in his hand, and having his flute tucked in his belt around the waist, and a gunja mala in his neck. This is the first verse, the beauty of Krishna described by Brahmaji. And then Brahmaji offered prayers requested for forgiveness. Actually, Brahma is not bewildered by the external potency or the Maya, but he was bewildered by Yoga Maya. This is Srila Prabhupada's specifically, emphatically written in a 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in Brahma's prayers and blessing of Lord to Brahma that you will never be bewildered by my Maya. So then Brahma left after offering obeisance to this Gopaveshdhari Krishna. And after that, Krishna brought the calves and he came to the place at the bank of Yamuna, where all the cowherd boys he left, and they started their lunch, and they were all surrounding Krishna, and still nobody has started, and they were about to start their lunch, and then they thought of calves, and Krishna went to look for the calves. So now Krishna came back along with the last calves. And when these cowherd boys, they saw Krishna, what they said, that is the verse. So this is the scene. The cowherd boys are sitting there with their lunch box open, and even in their hand there is morsel of food, and they saw Krishna coming with the calves. So this is the verse. ūcuś suhṛdaḥ kṛṣṇaṁ sv-āgataṁ te ati-raṁhasā naiko abhoji kavala ehītaḥ sādhu bhujyatām ūcuś suhṛdaḥ kṛṣṇaṁ sv-āgataṁ te ati-raṁhasā naiko abhoji kavala etihi sādhu bhujyatām ūcuś suhṛdaḥ kṛṣṇaṁ su-āgatam te ati-raṁhasā naiko abhoji kavala etihi sādhu bhujyatām ūcuḥ, they spoke, cha and suhṛdaḥ, the friends, kṛṣṇaṁ, to the Lord Kṛṣṇa, sv-āgataṁ, have come all the way back, te, you, ati-raṁhasā, very quickly, na, not, ekaḥ, one, api, even, abhoji, has been eaten, kavalaḥ, morsel, ehītaḥ, please come, itaḥ, here, sādhu, properly, bhujyatām, take your meal. Translation and purport. Translation. The cowherd boy friend said to Lord Kṛṣṇa, you have returned so quickly. We are not eaten even a one morsel in your absence. Please come here and take your meal without destruction. Purport. The word sv-āgataṁ te ati-raṁhasā indicate that the cowherd boys were congratulating Lord Kṛṣṇa for having brought the calves back so quickly from the forest. Now, Lord Kṛṣṇa's beloved friends urge him to sit down properly and eat to his full satisfaction. According to Śrīla Prabhupāda's Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cowherd boy friends felt quite jubilant and were eager to eat with their dear friend Kṛṣṇa. So, the question is this. Brahma stole the cowherd boys and calves both. And it was almost 1 year from the earthly point of view. Then Balaram was also surprised when he saw the all calves and cowherd boys in 400 forms. Brahma was also astonished and surprised when he saw double cowherd boys and calves are the same. Then he offered prayers. Then Kṛṣṇa brought only the cowherd calves from there, not the boys. Boys were sitting there. How is that? This is the one question. So it means the time is ultimately under Kṛṣṇa's control. When Kṛṣṇa went to a Shrutadev and Bahulaso, with this two set of the associate. At one place he was 1 day, at the other place he was for 1 month. But both thought it is the same time and same thing. So there was no difference of time. 1 month and 1 day, there was no difference of time. This is another pastime of Krishna in Bhagavatam. And also in a Mahabharata war, by sunset, if the sun sets and Jarasandha is not killed, Jayadratha is not killed, then Arjuna will suicide himself by jumping into the fire. Krishna controlled the process of setting sun. It appears that sun has set, and Jayadratha came out, and then sun again came out. And Arjuna was already at the pile of the fire. But Krishna told, Kshatriya should never leave his bow and arrow wherever he is. Similarly, no devotee should leave his japa bag wherever he is. He should always carry with him. Because any time we need it, it's an emergency actually. This is our weapon to fight with Maya, and this is our shield also to protect us. Wherever in the street you are going and your mind is distracting you, put your hand inside, chant Hare Krishna, Gaur Hari, please bless us. So this is our weapon, we should not. So Arjuna was right on the top of the pile of the fire, say wood, and about to be set on fire. Then all of a sudden sun is still there. Krishna said, see, there is sun, it is not set. Here is your target, please shoot. Make sure his head should not fall on the ground. It should go directly to the lap of his father, because he is blessed that anybody who put his head on the earth, the person who is shooting the arrow, his head will also be lost. So let his father also go with him. So that head, and the head landed, Jayadratha's head landed at the lap of his father, who was doing tapasya, and he also, his head broke open and finished. So time is under Krishna's control. It means this 1 year time was a fraction of second in this pastime. So one thing which is most important for us to realize is that this rising of the sun and setting of the sun decreases everybody's life. This is a verse in a Bhagavatam. Rising and setting of the sun take away everybody's life. But devotee's life is not disturbed by that. Devotees like Dhruva Maharaj, they put their foot on the head of the kal, which is time, and board on the aeroplane back to Godhead. So time for the devotee, this is another very significant actual something to realize. Time has no influence in the spiritual world. There is no past, present and future in the spiritual world. So these are, this Vrindavan in which Krishna is having his pastime, is Golok Vrindavan coming here. So material time has no jurisdiction in the pastime of Krishna. He has a pastime of Ras Leela for 1 full night of Brahma. How much is a night of Brahma? 1,000 times all 4 yugas. 1 full night of Brahma. He had a pastime, Rasa Leela. And then gopis was singing Geet, and where he was, he left them where he was with them, just covered with some curtain. And then they saw he's right there, where they left him. He appeared right there. So similarly, the Sankalpa Shakti of Kṛṣṇa. The Acharya used the one word, Sankalpa Shakti of Kṛṣṇa. It means the desire of Kṛṣṇa, which controls time. He has arranged all this. Otherwise, how Balaram is bewildered? He is Supreme Lord. How can he be bewildered? Krishna's Sankalpa Shakti. For 1 year he could not notice that he is playing with the cowherd boys. They are the Kṛṣṇa himself manifested as cowherd boys. For 1 full year, almost few days less, and he was surprised. Balaram could not notice. He was not able to notice that. How is that? Balaram is our spiritual master. He is a tattva who gave all the empowerment to the spiritual master. If he is bewildered, then where we will go? No. It's Krishna's desire. So it means these cowherd boys which came with Krishna as his cowherd friends, they were like, by his Sankalp Shakti and Yoga Maya, they were covered for a while there. For them, 1 hour, 1 year was just like a moment. There was no time influence on them. And then Krishna was coming for the calves only. So where the other calves went, which Krishna was actually herding for 1 year, they were produced by Krishna himself. So this was the Yoga Maya Shakti, which has produced, and then again they disappeared. And the original cowherd boys were just manifesting themselves, which they were covered for a while. So this is one point, that time has no influence in a spiritual world. There's no past, present and future in a spiritual world. Time has his jurisdiction in material world. And that also has a different. Our 6 month is a 1 day of heaven. So also there's a difference. And also there's a difference in Brahma's lifetime. So Brahma's planet has a different time cycle than the time of the heavenly planet. And the time of the Pita planet is different than the time of the heavenly planet. That is like our 1 day is there 15 days. So, but this lengthy time of Brahma's life is equal to 1 breath of Karandaksha Vishnu. 1 breath only. Brahma's 1 lifetime is over. So this is, so ultimately, time, Krishna says, time I am. So Krishna has manifested his pastime of concealing the material time. For the cowherd boys, it was all spiritual. There was no separation from Krishna. This is the one aspect. The other aspect is how enthusiastic these cowherd boys were when they saw Krishna coming. Sv-āgataṁ, please welcome, come, our dear friend. You came so quickly. We have not yet put 1 morsel in our food, in our mouth. So how much time it took for the Krishna to bring calves back, it means. How much time it takes to put 1 morsel in a mouth. So they were not able to start eating, and Krishna brought the calves. And then they say, please come sit here. Now you, sādhu, Prabhupada writes, jubilantly, they said, now let us enjoy our lunch together without distraction. So 2 things from this purport we should learn. We should be eager to ask Krishna, please come, take your bhoga, enjoy your prasad very peacefully without distraction. This should be our mood every day to feed Krishna, learn from the cowherd boys. We won't eat till Krishna comes. That's what they have not eaten anything. What they are saying here is, naiko, not even one. Naiko, not even one. And the word is, abhoji kavalaḥ. We have not eaten a one morsel, Krishna. What is teaching for us from these coward boys? We can only eat when Krishna relish. It's not that we were hungry so we ate, no. Krishna, first you relish without distraction, then we will honor your prasad. There is no prasad for them, they were friends, but still they are teaching us. So these are the two aspects in this pastime. Time has no influence in the spiritual world, and Krishna's pastime in Golok, in home Vrindavan, are also beyond the jurisdiction of time, though we calculate it by time because we are controlled by time. These pastimes are going on today also. Today, Krishna is having his pastime, he is herding cows now somewhere. They are having their lunch somewhere now also, but we cannot see that because for us it was past. So two types of Krishna's pastime. One is called a Nitya Leela, which is eternally going on, and other is called a Avatar Kala Leela, pastime, which is manifest during the time when he come along with his associates. So Avatar Kala Leela, that pastime which is during his incarnation, has disappeared from our eyes, which has appearance and disappearance. But the eternal pastime is going on continuously, eternally, perpetually. And this pastime of Avatar Kala, of the time of incarnation, is actually coming from the eternal pastime. So from where this pastime is coming? From eternal. But we have to hear this pastime of the incarnation pastime, Avatar Leela, manifest pastime, that's what we are doing now. What is the benefit of that? The benefit is that when we hear this, we, by mercy of Krishna and his associates, will be able to enter into the eternal pastime. So this pastime which is in Bhagavatam is a pastime of Krishna, of his avatar time or incarnation Leela. By hearing them these regularly, by the mercy of Krishna and his associate, we will be eligible to enter into the eternal pastime from where these pastimes are drawn. So this is the purpose of everyday reading Bhagavatam. That by the mercy of Bhagavatam, which is none different than Krishna, and also Bhagavat means devotee. So Krishna and devotees are included in this Bhagavatam, and by relishing it regularly, by their mercy, we will be eligible to enter into the eternal pastimes. That is the purpose of actually relishing Bhagavatam regularly, with enthusiasm. Śrīla Swakatha Krishna, the other verse is Śrīlatam Nityam. But the Prabhupada translates that word enthusiastically. Śrīlatam. This is in 2nd canto, 8th chapter. The verse is Śrīlatam Nityam. Śrādhaya, Śrīlatam Śrādhya Nityam. The word Śrādhya translated by Śrīla Prabhupada enthusiastically there. Śrādhya means faithfully. Prabhupada there exactly translate enthusiastically. This is I think verse number 4 or 5 in 8th chapter, 2:8. Shrunotam shardaya nityam granatascha svacheshtitam granatascha svacheshtitam kalenati dirghena bhagavan vishade hirde. If enthusiastically we hear Krishna Katha regularly, this Parikshit Maharaj is saying this, then Krishna, then the next line is most important. Granatas svacheshtitam. Granatas means after hearing we granatas. Granatas means to absorb in. It's to absorb. Means what we hear we absorb. Internalize. And for that there is a word cheshtitam, which means we have to endeavor. Cheshta means endeavor. We have to endeavor to absorb the katha. Not only hear with the ears, but use our intellect, mind to absorb the essence of the katha. And then internalize it. Internalize it. That is called in a Vedic language Shravanam, Manan, Nidhyasan. Shravan means hearing, Manan means accepting or understanding, and Nidhyasan means practicing. Actually, internalizing this. Then Shravan is complete. Then what is the result? Bhagavan Vishate Hriday, Krishna will come and enter into the heart. And what he will do? How much time for Krishna to take to come? Kalenati dirghena. Not much time. He's quickly come and enter into the heart. What he will, from where he comes. The next question is appearing. How Krishna will enter the heart? The next verse says, Praveshta karana randhananam. He entered through the ears. So the pathway for the Krishna to enter the heart of a devotee is ear. And somehow ears are made in such a way there is no lid on the ear. Eyes has a lid, but ear has no lid. It's open always. And there are 3 ears. You know there are 3 ears? In a medical terminology there are 3 ears. External ear, middle ear, internal ear. There are 3 ears, which means actually hear, understand and apply. Yeah, actually it means that. There are 3 ears, not 1 ear. This is just something outside, but and then there is a place on the brain for the ear, which actually register what we hear. And then that has a connection with the heart. When that hearing goes to the heart, the emotion arises, and then sometimes we cry. Sometimes we laugh after hearing. So there is a lot of link inside. So that hearing is most important, where hearing transform our heart, our feelings, our emotions from the outside world to the inside Krishna consciousness. So Krishna enters through the ears from Bhagavatam. Suroraham means the lotus of the heart. Bhav means you have a sakha bhav, then he will enter as a cowherd boy. If you have dasya bhav, then he will appear as king. If you have vatsalya bhav, then he will appear as a baby, a darling. If you have madhurya bhav, then he will come as a smra, as a beautifully decorated Kishore Krishna. So Krishna will enter into the heart of a devotee according to his bhav, which he has awakened by his sadhana bhakti. So the line says, Praveshta karalandranam swanam sarorvam. Swanam means every individual. Sarorvam means the heart. And bhava means whatever the sentiment we have. And then what Krishna will do when he enters in the heart. He has reached to the heart. What he will do? Dhunoti samalam Krishna. Now Krishna will completely clean the all dirty things within the heart of his dear devotee. Krishna will clean. We are not able to clean our heart. Therefore, Cheto Darpan Marjanam also means Krishna's holy name will clean our heart. We are not able to. No baby born can clean herself. Mother has to kill. Mother has to clean. Mother has to clean. So Krishna is mother for us, father for us, everything was us. So he cleans everything. And then what happens? Then we can see Krishna inside, because the dirt has gone, Krishna has seen. We can see the lotus feet of Krishna. And then we completely embrace the lotus feet of Krishna, and then we'll never leave that. That is what the next verse says. Huh? These are beautiful verses actually for our sadhana to understand what is the purpose of hearing Bhagavatam. So here, enthusiasm of the cowherd boys towards Krishna. Every day they are eating together, every day they are playing. But they are seeing Krishna, they are having new enthusiasm. Please come, welcome, welcome. Sit here. We are waiting for you. We'll eat after you. Enjoy. Without destruction. So that enthusiasm for serving Krishna, pleasing Krishna, is Krishna consciousness. And time has no influence in Vrindavan. For 25 years we are saying Panchagauda is of same, no change. There's not, the Maharaj says, 25 years we are together here, it's still everything same, no difference. So time has no influence here, don't worry. Hare Krishna. Now we have today a very great Vaishnava, Lochan Das Thakur. His writing of Chaitanya Mangal and his beautiful songs about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda are the two contributions for the Gauriya Vaishnavas. His Chaitanya Mangal, which he said, by the mercy of my spiritual master, Narhari Sarkar, and what I learned from Damodar Pandit, what I heard from him, the original pastime written by Murari Gupta, who was the personal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in Sanskrit verses, where he was the witness of all those pastimes. When I was hearing these pastimes, I memorized those verses. And I am so fortunate, Lochan Das Thakur says, that from the childhood I had the merciful association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates. And I gave my heart to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's service. Though Lochan Das Thakur says, I born 34 years after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has his pastime only 48 years. So, only last 10 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime was there when Lochan was only 10 years by the time Mahaprabhu has finished his pastime. So 34 years after the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lochan Das Thakur appeared in a Rad Desh, this Radia physician family, Kamalakar his father and Sadananda his mother. He was married In those days, marriage was in early age, like 10 years or something like that. Girl used to live to the father's house till she become mature, then the girl was supposed to be brought back. But Lochandas Thakur, his youth, he was living with his spiritual master, Narari Sarkar, at his path, Sri Path, and was learning Kirtan, a Yuga Dharma. So the parent of the girl who was married to Lochandas Thakur, came to Narari Sarkar and told that he has married a girl, she is waiting, now she is mature, please ask him to come and take the girl to his personal home. So Narari Thakur told, Lochan, you have to go and bring your wife. When he was going to the village of his in-laws, he don't know where is the house of my father-in-law. So there was one girl he saw on the way. He said, Ma, was normal, Mata, where is the house of so-and-so person? He reached that house, and by the way, that girl was his own wife. And he told Mata, mother. And then all the life, he lived with the wife, because he said mother like that. That's what the historian writes, that he is the first poet in Bengali. First poet and historian in Bengali, who has compiled a Eastern Bengal Panchali style of poetry. Chaitanya Mangal is in Panchali poetry. There are Lakshmi Panchali, there are different type of Panchalis, and where the something vowel or something is at the end is a special type of bhajan. So he said those Sanskrit verses came out of my heart in a local Bengali Panchali style. So actually and then in a Mangalacharan, it is a 4th section. Chaitanya Mangal has a 4th section. Sutra section, then the Adi, Madhya and Sech. So in a Sutra section, he is doing Mangalacharan to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to all the Vaishnava, all the associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then to his spiritual master Narhari, by his mercy I am doing that. Then he is writing something about the Mahabharata of Jaimini, where Narada and Uddhav are discussing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. This section is Narada, Uddhav is asking about Kṛṣṇa, and Narada is saying he is going to appear in Kali Yuga as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Narada visited Dwarka, Kṛṣṇa was there. And then he visited Naim-Sharanya, then he visited Jagannath Puri. So all this is described there, the preface for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, even before Mahaprabhu's appearance in that Chaitanya Mangal. Then Lochandas Thakur also has some beautiful bhajan, some about Nityananda Prabhu. This Akrodha Nityananda Ram is one of the very famous bhajan, but the other bhajan which our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupāda used to, he was fond of this bhajan, and he has a commentary on that bhajan. But which is that one? Pahi Jana Nitaya Gaur Sundar or Avatar Sarvavatar Shromani Sar. This is the bhajan, I think. This is the bhajan which is quoted here. If I can find. Parama Karuna. Who somebody can sing few lines? बोलिए प्लीज।
सर्वोपतर सारा शिरोमणि केवल आनंद भज 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 भाई चैतन्य निताय सुहृदाय।
Somebody can sing few lines. Let us glorify Lochan Das Thakur. Maharaj will sing. Okay. Parama karuna paho doi jana nitai gora chandra. Yeah, this is the bhajan. Parama karuna paho doi jana nitai gora chandra. Who is this? This is the right person. sv-āgataṁ sara shiromani kavala parama karuna paho jana nitai gaura chandra.
Nitai gaura chandra.
Parama karuna pahadoi jana nitai gaura chandra. Avatara Sara Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताई सदा विश्वास करी. छई छारिया तेरा समझिया ये मुख बोलो हरि हरि. देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन नाहि ए मन दयालु दाता. पशु पक्षी जोरे पाषाण विदोरे सुने यार गुण गाथा. संसार मजिया रहला परिया से पद नैलो आशा. पन करम बुझाए समरा कहे लोचन दास. aparam karuna padoi jana tai gaura changa. This song was especially dear to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who translated it as follows. This is the song by Lochan Das Thakur. Lochan Das declares the two Lord Nitai Gaur Chandra. Lord Nitai and Lord Chaitanya are very merciful. They are the essence of all incarnations. The specific significance of these incarnations is that prosecuting their way of self-realization is simply joyful, anandakand, for they introduce chanting and dancing. There are many incarnations like Lord and even Lord Kṛṣṇa, who taught Bhagavad-Gita, which requires knowledge and understanding. But Lord Chaitanya introduced a process which is simply joyful, simply chant and dance, simply joyful. Therefore, Lochan Das Thakur requests everyone, my dear brother, I request you that just worship Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda with firm conviction and faith. Don't think that this chanting and dancing will not lead to the desired goal. It will. It is the assurance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that one will get all perfection by this process. Therefore, one must chant with firm faith and conviction, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Nitai Gaura. But what is the process? What is the process? If one wants to be Krishna conscious by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification. Again here. But if one wants to be Krishna conscious by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification. Vishayicharya. That is the only restriction. If one gives up sense gratification, it is sure that he will reach the desired goal. One simply has to chant Hari Hari without any motive of sense gratification. Hari Hari. Lochan Das says, my dear brother, you just try and examine this within 3 worlds. There is no one like Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, because their merciful qualities are so great that they make even birds and beasts cry. What to speak of human beings? Actually, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed through the forest known as Jharkhand, the tigers, elephants and snakes, deers and all other animals joined him in chanting Hare Krishna. It is so nice that everyone can join. Even the animals can join. What to speak of the human beings? Of course, it is not possible for ordinary men to introduce animal to chant. But if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could inspire animals to chant, at least we can encourage human beings to adopt this path of Hare Krishna mantra. Chanting, it is so nice that even the most stone-hearted man will be melted. It is so nice that even stone will melt. But Lochan Das Thakur regrets that he is entrapped by the sense gratification. He addressed himself, my dear mind, you are entrapped in this sense gratification process and you have no attraction for chanting Hare Krishna, since you have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. Whoa, what can I say? I can simply think of my misfortune. Yamaraj, the superintendent of that, is punishing me by not allowing me to be attached by this movement. Śrīla Lochan Das Thakur was born in Shakabat 1445 and disappeared 1540. Śrīla Lochan Das Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any question or comment?
You were talking about how to receive the message, how to see Lord Kṛṣṇa also through our ears. And you were saying that, yes, it doesn't have a beat. But the problem is, we hear from one ear, but then it goes up immediately to the other ear. There's no lead. So we really have to capture, because yes, Bhagavad-Gita says we have to hear through aural reception. Aural means factual hearing from the right source. So the speaker has to be qualified, and the audience has to be qualified also. By capturing it, the message through our heart, which you said also, which is very good. Hare Krishna.
The old story I used to tell about the listener. There was a festival going on, and outside there was somebody who was selling the dolls. And there were 4 same-shaped dolls. 4 dolls looking same. The first doll, free. Second doll, 10 rupees. Third doll, 100 rupees. Fourth doll, 1,000 rupees. Looking same. Everybody said, give me free doll. He said, no, you have to buy 4. Give me 1,110 rupees, take full. One person said, he said, take money. Give me 4. What is the difference? Why somebody is free, one is 10, one is 100, one is 1,000? He took the free wala first. And he put a wire. From one ear came out from other. He said, this is the free doll which come and sit in the class. They hear from here and everything goes out. Then he took the second 10 rupees. He put the wire in the ear. It was not coming out from other side. It's coming out through mouth. Oh no, first was not like this, I am sorry. First free doll, nothing was going in. Wire was not going in. He said, they are sitting, no word is going in their mind. They are simply sitting, waiting for the time for prasad. No word enter in their ear. Say 10 rupees wala, they hear from here, but everything goes from here. Wire here came out from here. Third wire went from here, not from other ear, came out from mouth. Say they don't have parampara. They don't read books. They only hear somebody and then go and become a big acharya and preach. They are 10 rupees wala. There are so many like that, they only hear the cassette of somebody and then go and preach. No parampara, no book. And the last 1,000 rupees wala, the wire entered from ear, went into the heart. This is he is the real one who hears actually. That what comes through the ears go to the heart. So most of the people simply, nothing enters and goes from the other side, or enters and just you throw out but then forget, but what goes inside is actually. So the oral is a humble, with oral is a humble word, humble oral reception. Humble oral reception is the process to transform the heart. Yes, Maharaj, thank you, yes.
Yeah, it comes to the ear, then we capture to the heart, and then we also release it.
Then it should come from there, yes. If you speak, then you remember. That's good. So anybody has any question? Time is already over. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.